Hey guys, Doug the Retirement Guy here. So far, you seem to be liking this series that we're doing. How can I afford this? This one just popped up actually this past week, and I wanted to go over it with you guys. I thought it was a great time to do a strong video again. And first off, I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. You guys are phenomenal. Just keep adding in there. Keep hitting that button. If you're not part of the community, don't be afraid. Hit that subscribe button. And also want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are phenomenal. We appreciate everything to it, and we got a lot more new information coming to you shortly here. But let's get into the quick video today and show you here's what just happened to me. How can I get 3 cruises a year with no money out of our retirement account? And we're going to show you how we do this. So let's get into today's video. Notice to all viewers, past performance does not guarantee future results. The information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It should not be considered financial or investment advice. The examples and suggestions discussed are illustrative and may not be suitable for all individual situations. Always consult a licensed financial advisor or a professional before making any financial decisions. So it all starts with planning. My wife said to me, now that we are retired, I want to travel. So my wife officially retired shortly after I did. And, I understand her wanting to travel. She wants to get out and see the world. And so I asked her, I said, make a list of 5 places that you would like to travel to. What's on your bucket list? What do you want to do? And she says, the first thing is I want to do a Southern Caribbean cruise. I want to go down and see all these different islands that we've never seen. And I want to spend some time out there. I said, perfect. She goes, I want to go to Alaska. She goes, I've never done an Alaskan cruise. Her parents did it and loved it. So she says she wants to do that. She's a Hawaiian cruise. She goes, I thought about going directly to Hawaii, but it'd be even better if we cruise over there and see the sights and see everything. I want to do a Europe cruise. I've seen this since a kid, all this different stuff. I want to go to Europe. She goes, and finally, I would just love to stay a week in Aruba and just loves the place. I said, okay, let's start figuring this out. So I started putting a pencil and paper together and found that the trips are going to cost us about $15,000. So as I get through all this, going through $15,000 cost, my question is, how am I going to fund it? How do I want to do this? Well, my wife is making it real simple. She says, just take the cash out of our retirement account. That's what it's there for in the first place. Well, if you keep taking your money out, you'll never have money down the road. The second one was put it on a credit card and pay it off over time, which is most Americans do. Well, I'm the different person. I don't like paying interest. I'm not going to do this. There's got to be a better way. My daughter checks in. She says, Dad, why don't you go get a part-time job? And, Walmart's hiring. You can be a greeter at Walmart. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. She's got that sarcasm, and I do. So it really didn't work. I'm not going to get a part-time job. But I keep asking myself, what do you do? What do I do to get this covered? So I sat up a few nights, thought about this, and I said, put my money to work, not me. What would someone do if they sent a comment or a question in our Patreon section and said, hey, what would I do? How do I do this? And I came up with it. I said, this is simple. Let's really put a plan together. I said, figuring this out, $6,000 for cruises per year, $3,000 a cruise, two cruises a year, probably going to be sufficient. So I really need to get $6,000 from these cruises. So I put together a bucket in my financial report, called it travel. I took $50,000 and funded the travel bucket. So now I have $50,000 into it. And I came back and says, now if I can find a steady 12% return from my dividends, we can travel off of my money, just the interest collected from that $50,000. The question is now, where do we find that 12% portfolio that we can work off of and make this thing as simple as possible? So the viewers were going to say this. I know you guys are going to do this to me. You're going to put it down in the comments. You're going to say, just put the funds into ULTY. Or you're going to turn me around and say, hey, don't do that. Put it into YMAX. you guys are all going to say the same. I probably would say the same thing to you. But here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if there's a different way or a different form that we can use to come up with this process, because I don't want to put all my eggs all in one basket. Okay. I don't want to just have it all, and if they all fall, we're done. So I want to use a unique, different way out there, and we're going to show you how we did this. So my action plan was fairly simple. The first fund that I chose to use is SPYI. That's the NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF. It pays a nice 12.35 dividend. It does pay it monthly, and it does have some decent sized growth. It's been doing fairly decent out there. And you guys have probably seen this in our different videos that we've done on NEOS. So definitely one of these funds I thought was very strong. Now I turned around and came back and said, oh, let's do the same thing. QQQI, the NEOS NASDAQ 100 High Income ETF. This pays a 14.96% dividend and pays monthly. Then, of course, I picked up the Omaha, and that's the targeted 15 Berkshire Hathaway Select Income ETF, and that's been paying a nice 15%. All of these have come from my videos. I'm telling people what to do. Why don't I follow my own 2 cents and do it accordingly? So the next one that came into it was the JP Morgan JEPQ that has the equity premium income paying 11.36% dividend, and that pays monthly. So overall, I'm getting over my 12% number, and I'm really impressed with what we've put together. Now, not to fool any of you, not to do anything more, I have one final fund that I decided to put into it, and I really believe it's just going to add a little twist to it, and that is the final fund is ULTY, the Yield Max Ultra Option Income Strategy. That thing's paying a nice 77% dividend, and it pays weekly. So yes, I'm going to put some money into ULTY, but I'm not going to put all the money into it. Okay, we're going to do this a little different way, and I'll show you next how we're going to do it, but give you the funds, paying the dividends, and how they're paying out. It gives me an average of 26.19% if I invested equally. Now, I already said I'm not going to do this equally. We're going to use a little more finesse to this, and I'll show you why and how. So what I sat down with, and I said, let's do $12,000 in SPYI, $12,000 in QQQI, $12,000 into Omaha, $10,000 in the JEPQ, and only $4,000 into ULTY. What that should give me is a yearly return of $9,305 or $775 a month. That gave me a total of 18.6%, more than what I was needing, more what I was going to do. Now, the reason for doing this, first off, I want that higher dividend from ULTY to help up bump. Look at that $3,000 a year that we get from it. But here's the other side. The other four all show solid growth. So the fund, the 50,000, is going to get bigger every year, and it's going to slowly grow and grow. Hopefully that I'm going to be able to get even more returns from it, or grow that money and be able to take some of that money out as I need. Now, the other thing is if ULTY cuts their dividends or does something there, I have everyone else that I can count on to help cover the load. So when I look at this and say $3,000 per cruise is paid for in 4 months. Well, if any of you are cruisers, you know you don't just go to the store or go online and buy a cruise and take off on Sunday. Now, I know some of you can do that, but normally we're buying these things 9 months out. That's where I get all the big discounts, and that's where I get the great pricing when we're at least 9 months out. So we make a small deposit, and we have 9 months before the cruise, and I'm going to have the money for that cruise in only 4 months. So it kind of works out that if I book now for 9 months, I'll have the money in 4, and then we'll be able to start building up money. So when we get off the cruise, we can book the next one. We can constantly be booking cruises. So now the cruise and the fund can do 3 cruises a year. 4 months times 12, that's 3 cruises in 12 months. So we booked our first cruise. My wife is happy. I'm happy. We have a whole plan of how we're going to do the cruise and get it done. And my money is working for me. That's what the point of about retirement is. Your money works for you while you go out and enjoy life. You go out and enjoy your wife, go out and enjoy the cruise, go out and see the world and invest and enjoy. So in summary, guys, have a plan, make your money work for you. Okay? Don't just expect your money to know what to do. Have a plan and put your money to work. $50,000 into a separate bucket for a vacation and it never runs out and you never have to touch that $50,000. I'm telling you what, that's going to make your wife happy. It's going to make you happy. And you're going to have plenty of vacations down the road doing this in the very easy way. And we showed you how to do it with a very simple portfolio, looking from some different stocks and different funds to do it in. I think you guys all can do this with no worry. Now, what do you do next? Take your money from ULTY. Take some of your dividends from ULTY. Start building your new bucket fund. Start building your new vacation fund. It'll pay off in the long run. Guys, this is Doug the Retirement Guy. I hope you liked this quick little video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We're not always talking about finances and all that. We're talking about a lot of life things. So don't be afraid, hit that subscribe button. And best of all, leave those comments. I know you guys are looking to do it. You're looking to put that thing in there. Just do ULTY. I wanted to show you a different way. Guys, thanks for watching.